Good, I believe I'm live. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the part of the world. This is Diane Klein, and I am talking today about goal setting. How powerful is goal setting? We're going to have this chapter in the Jack Canfield book, The Principles to Success, and we're going to talk today about the power of goal setting. And I have some beautiful ladies on here with me today. There's Jody Maley from Canada as well. She's in BC. If I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada as well. And then we have Rachel Kelly, who is the leader and founder of this group, the Fearless Online Entrepreneurs. And I feel so blessed to know Rachel because we were just talking before we came out here in private how blessed we feel and grateful we feel about being on this group and how thankful we are, and we appreciate you all out there so much that are coming out on a daily basis to join us, because that's what it's all about. It's about helping each other, it's about encouraging each other, it's about giving each other successful tips along our journey of life, of business, of anything actually. And today we're going to be talking about goal setting. And this topic feels so powerful to us that we're actually going to read it. And we're going to point out some important instructions for you guys to follow, which we are going to do as well as a group here as we mastermind together. So I would encourage you to grab a pen and paper and write down some great points and follow along with us as we read. Again, we're with the Jack Canfield book, The Principles to Success. And we are a group of entrepreneurs, business-minded people, like-minded people who get together every day, Monday through Thursday, and we talk about success, how to get there, and how to do this on a daily basis on our life journey. And I'm a stay-home mom, so I apologize in advance if my kids barged through the door here, so as they just did. So I'm sorry about that. So, ladies, I think, is it okay if I start reading here and then we can go on from there? Or did somebody want to say something before I start reading? Go ahead and read. Okay, I'm on it. Okay, this is principle number 7, and we're going to talk about unleash the power of goal setting. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in America in the early 1900s. Once you know your life purpose, determine your vision, and clarify what your true needs and desires are, you have to convert them into specific, measurable goals and objectives, and then act on them with the certainty that you will achieve them. Experts in the science of success know the brain is a goal-seeking organism. Whatever goal you give it to your subconscious mind, it will work night and day to achieve. How much by when? To make sure a goal unleashes the power of your subconscious mind, it must meet two criteria. It must be stated in a way that you and anybody else could measure it. I will lose 10 pounds is not as powerful as I will weigh 135 pounds by 5 p.m. on June 30th. The second is clear because anybody can show up at 5 o'clock on June 30th and look at the reading on your scale. It will either be 135 pounds or less or not. Notice that the two criteria are how much. Some measurable quantities such as pages, pounds, dollars, square feet, or points. And by when, a specific time and date. Be as specific as possible, and all aspects of your goals. Include the make, model, color, year, and features, the size, weight, shape, and form, and any other details. Remember, vague goals produce vague results. A goal versus a good idea. When there are no criteria for measurement, it is simply something you want, a wish, a preference, a good idea. To engage your subconscious mind, a goal or objective has to be measurable. Here are a few examples to give you more clarity. Excuse me one sec, I gotta close my door. I can hear my kids out. Sorry about that. So a good idea versus a goal or objective. I would like to own a nice home on the ocean. Other than, I will own a 4,000 square foot house on a Pacific Coast highway and Malibu, California by noon, April 30th, 2007. That is powerful. Another one is, I want to lose weight. Or, I will weigh 185 pounds by 5 p.m. January 1st, 2006. What a difference. I need to treat my employees better. I will acknowledge a minimum of 6 employees for their contributions to the department by 5 p.m. this Friday. Write it out in detail. One of the best ways to make clarity and specify on your goals is to write them out in detail, as if you were writing specifications for a work order. Think of it as a request to God or to the universal mind. Include every possible detail. If there is a certain house you want to own, write down its specifics in vivid, colorful detail. The location, landscaping, furniture, artwork, sound system, and floor plan. If a picture of the house is available, get a copy of it. If it's an ideal fantasy, take the time to close your eyes and fill in all the details. Then provide a date by which you expect to own it. When you write it all down, your subconscious mind will know what to work on. It will know which opportunities to hone and on the help you reach your goal. This is amazing. I have to share this. I'm just going to stop reading here for a minute. Yesterday, I was listening to Zig Ziglar, and he was telling us how he, when he went to, I don't remember which country, to build a house for his family way back in the 1900s when he first started out. He said he took his friends over to the landscaping and he gave them a walk through of his house. This is going to be the kitchen. This is where the fireplace is. This is it. He said it was so vivid that the second or third time he took these friends back, one of the friends even touched the fireplace and burned his elbow. So I thought that is so amazing that you can just visualize something so clear and so vivid, and then it's going to happen for you. Okay, so you need goals that stretch you. When you create your goals, be sure to write down some big ones that will stretch you. It pays to have goals that will require you to grow to achieve them. It's a good thing to have some goals that make you a little uncomfortable. Why? Because the ultimate goal, in addition to achieving your material goals, is to become a master at life. And to do this, you will need to learn new skills, expand your vision of what's possible, build new relationships, and learn to overcome your fears, considerations, and roadblocks. Creating a breakthrough goal. In addition to turning every aspect of your vision into a measurable goal and all the quarterly and weekly and daily goals that you routinely set, I also encourage you to set what I call a breakthrough goal that would represent a quantum leap for you in your career. Most goals represent incremental improvements in your life. They are like plays that gain you 4 yards in a game of football. But what if you could come out of the first play of the game and throw a 50-yard pass? That would be a quantum leap in your progress. Such as there are plays in football that moves you far up the field in one move, there are plays in life that will do the same thing. They include things such as losing 60 pounds, writing a book, publishing an article, getting on Oprah, winning a gold medal at the Olympics, creating a killer website, getting your master's or doctoral degree, getting a license opening for your spa, getting elected president of your union or professional association, or hosting your own radio show. The achievement of that one goal would change everything. Wouldn't that be a goal worth pursuing with passion? Wouldn't that be something to focus on a little each day until you achieved it? If you were an independent sales professional and knew you could get a better territory, a substantial bonus commission, and maybe even a promotional once you landed a certain number of customers, wouldn't you work day and night to achieve that goal? If you were a stay-at-home mom whose entire lifestyle and finances would change, if you could earn an extra $1,000 a month through participating in a network marketing company, wouldn't you pursue every possible opportunity until you achieve that goal? That's what I mean by breakthrough goal. Something that changes your life, brings you new opportunities, gets you in front of the right people, and takes every activity, relationship, or group you're involved in to a higher level. What would a breakthrough goal be for you? My youngest brother, Taylor, is a special education teacher in Florida. He just completed a 5-year process to get his school administrator's credential, which over time will ultimately mean almost an additional $25,000 a year in income for him. That's a major leap. That will significantly increase his salary and his level of influence in the school system. Writing a best-selling book was a breakthrough goal for me and Mark Victor Hens, Chicken Soup for the Soul. Took us from being known in a couple of narrow fields to being recognized internationally and creating greater demand for our audio programs, speeches, and seminars. The additional income is produced allowed us to improve our lifestyle, secure our retirement, hire more staff, take on more projects, and have a large impact in the world. Would somebody else like to come out and read?
Oh, I see Rachel got lost here, so.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to read, or do you want to just kind of mastermind on that a bit?
We can mastermind on that and maybe read some more after. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I really like right at the beginning when he's talking about your goal, that the good idea versus the goal or objective one. You know, when I started doing that, where I made that transition into, giving it the time and how it's going to happen and stuff like that, it just made the process a lot easier, because just like he says, your subconscious picks that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably one of the biggest things, that when I changed my own goals to that way of wanting to achieve them, being more specific helps, right?
Yes, I totally agree. And actually, that's kind of jumped out on me. And I think I had an aha moment this morning when I skimmed through it, because when they said, okay, I want to weigh a certain amount of pounds at 2 p.m. the day of the 15th of January, I'm like, oh my goodness, that makes so much sense, instead of just saying I want to lose so and so pounds and I want to be 128 pounds. And it's the same as the goals that we set and the intentions that we set in our business, right? And I was thinking, I have my goals written down up, but do I ever put down a specific time of day where I would like to have that accomplished? Like if my next goal is in 30 days, do I have at 2 p.m. on September the 4th, 2014? No, I don't. So that was my aha moment for sure this morning, and as we were reading through here. Jody, or Rachel, did you want to say anything before we keep reading?
Sure, Diane. I was just thinking about my husband and I. We have a lot of powwow conversations over the weekend, and over this past weekend, we were talking about a particular organization that we are part of, and I won't give a name, but we were talking about the importance of, anything that you put together, any business, any idea, the power of writing something down. And we can have visions, we can have ideas, we can have goals, but until we write them down, they don't become powerful, they don't become real. And so then we begin to reflect back to the scriptures when it said, people without a vision perish. Another scripture says, write out the vision, make it plain. So to do one without the other does not help you. So yes, we're talking about goal setting, we're talking about the things that we want, but it's really, really important that you write these things down, because other than that, they just become another idea. It never happens. You don't attract your goal to you because you never wrote it down. So for my tip, it would be, and to encourage each one of you, is to make sure you are writing your goals down. Even if you lose a piece of paper somewhere, it ends up in the drawer, it doesn't really matter. But because you have written it down, it has become powerful. So that's my little tip for goal setting for thus far, Diane.
And I think too that when you write it down, that you need, where he mentioned about having goals that stretch you. So when you do share with other people, like here in our group, we share with each other what our goals are. And I remember a couple of months ago that Rachel had pinned me on that and said, yeah, I think you could do it a little bit higher than what you're doing. And stretching out that goal, because you want to really have not just one that just meets your needs. You want to have goals that actually stretch you, goals that will encourage you to keep going further. So that's just my little tidbit on that, is that when you are writing them out, make it a goal that it would stretch you. And writing it out kind of releases it from your head, I found too. That writing it out, then your subconscious mind can just do its job. It's like writing out your to-do list. Unless you put it on pen and paper the night before, that's all you're thinking about. But if you do it the night before and just write out, hey, this is what I want to do tomorrow, you're kind of releasing that out of your mind too, so your mind can concentrate on other things.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies, for sharing that. I just wanted to add here on the last part of what they were saying. Sorry. Was that if you write it down, for me, when I realized that when I write it down and share it with other people, I actually work more at it. I feel more accountable and more, I just feel more like I have to get at it because I've told somebody, so I feel responsible for getting to that goal. So that was another little. So did anybody else want to read for a while?
Hey, Diane, before you move forward, there's something else that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. And that is that, even in your process, like for example, this morning, I had like all these ideas. I'm at my kitchen washing my dishes, and I have all these ideas flowing in my head of things that I want to do. And so, sometimes when we go through experiences, we begin to get a lot of ideas. And because of all the experiences that I have gone through recently, I'm really, really feeling compelled to write a book, right? And so all my book ideas are going into my head, and I'm like, okay, like it's almost like I can't keep up. So I had to grab a piece of paper and pen and write that down so that I won't forget. Because a lot of times, if you don't write it down right away, then you end up forgetting them. So that would be another tip: is don't delay when you're writing it down. Write it down so that you'll remember it. Because when you come back to it, you're gonna say, "Oh man, what was that I thought of?" And then you're beating yourself up. So it's really, really important that you do it right away. Take action immediately.
Yes, absolutely, Rachel. I agree with you. I'm one of those. If I don't write it down, I forget about it. So too much on my mind. And Jody, did you want to read?
Sure. Are we at create a breakthrough goal?
Yes.
Okay. Create a breakthrough goal. In addition to turning every aspect of your vision into a measurable goal and all the quarterly and weekly and daily goals that you routinely set, I also encourage you to set what I call a breakthrough goal that would represent a quantum leap for you and your career. Most goals represent incremental improvements in our life. They are like plays that gain you 4 yards in the game of football. But what if you could come out of the first play of the game and throw a 50-yard pass? That would be a quantum leap in your progress. Just as there are plays in football that move you far up the field in one move, there are plays in life that will do the same thing. They include things such as losing 60 pounds, writing a book, just like Rachel said, publishing an article, getting on Oprah, winning a gold medal, or creating a killer website, getting your master's degree, getting your license, opening your spa, getting elected president of your union or professional, or hosting your own radio show. The achievement of that one goal would change everything. Wouldn't that be a goal worth pursuing with passion? Wouldn't that be something to focus on a little each day until you achieved it? If you're an independent salesperson, you knew you could get a better territory, a substantial bonus, and maybe even a promotion when she landed a certain number of customers, wouldn't you work night and day to achieve that goal? If you're a stay-at-home mom whose entire lifestyle and finances would change if you earned an extra $1,000 a month through participating in a network marketing company, wouldn't you pursue that every possible opportunity until you achieve that goal? Did we read this already? Maybe I'm in the wrong spot.
Sorry, Jody. Yes, and I said yes. I'm sorry. I had read that. I think we are a little bit.
Okay. Because I scrolled back, and so where are we at? Reread your goals 3 times a day then?
Yes, that's where we're at.
Okay. Thanks. Reread your goals 3 times a day. Once you've written down all your goals, both large and small, the next step in your journey is to to success is to activate the creative powers of your subconscious mind by reviewing your list 2 or 3 times every day. Take time to read your list of goals. Read the list out loud with passion and enthusiasm if you're in an appropriate place, one goal at a time. Close your eyes and picture each goal as if it were already accomplished. Take a few more seconds to feel what you would feel if you had already accomplished each goal. Following this daily discipline of success will activate the power of your desire. It increases what psychologists refer to as a structural tension in your brain. Your brain wants to close the gap between your current reality and the vision of your goal. By constantly repeating and visualizing your goal as already achieved, you will be increasing this structural tension. This will increase your motivation, stimulate your creativity, and heighten your awareness of resources that can help you achieve your goal. Make sure to review your goals at least twice a day, in the morning upon awakening, and again at night before going to bed. I write each of mine on a 3x5 index card. I keep the pack of cards next to my bed, and then I go through the cards one at a time in the morning and again at night. When I travel, I take them with me. Put a list of your goals in your daily planner or your calendar system. You can also create a pop-up or a screensaver on your computer that lists your goals. The objective is to constantly keep your goals in front of you. When Olympic decathlon gold medalist Bruce Jenner asked a roomful of Olympic hopefuls if they had a list of written goals, everyone raised their hands. When he asked how many of them had that list with them, and right at that moment, only one person raised their hand. That person was Dan O'Brien. And it was Dan O'Brien who went on to win the gold medal in the decathlon at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. Don't underestimate the power of setting goals and constantly reviewing them. Create a goals book. Another powerful way to speed up the achievement of your goals is to create a goals book. Buy a 3-ring binder, a scrapbook, or an 8.5 by 11 journal. Then create a separate page for each of your goals. Write the goal at the top of the page and then illustrate it with pictures, words, phrases that you cut out of magazines, catalogs, and travel brochures that depict your goal is already achieved. As new goals and desires emerge, simply add them to your list and your goals book. Review the pages of your goals book every day. So I'm just going to stop there because I'm not sure where we are for time. But one thing that I've said before on our Hangouts and stuff is the fact that I have mine into my iPhone. So I change that up every couple of weeks, even if I feel that I need to even have it a little bit more. And, you know, I can listen to that kind of anywhere I'm at. And I probably listen to it at least 3 times a day. So for me, I'm not as visual. Well, I am visual, but I like hearing it too. So for me, hearing it, and of course hearing my own voice, is what I do. So, and I know Rachel does something different. I think she does the gold book.
Yeah, what I do is I actually have a couple of different methods. I say it to myself in the mirror, and also I have a definite purpose, major definite purpose, which I read to myself. I love how you shared that with me a while ago, Jody, that to say it in my phone and repeat it back to me, because to hear your own voice, I find it's more real to me, and it feels more like it's going to happen because it's my own voice telling me that that's what's going to happen. So I totally agree with that. I'm sorry, I was a little bit lost here when we were reading, so I don't know what we covered here.
I think we...
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jody.
Oh, no, you're fine. Go.
Okay. While you're looking for that, Diane, and I think we're on the page number 55 is where I think Jody, maybe 56, but we're right in that area. As I was listening to you all, it's very interesting how we all have different ways that we see our goals, or we create. Some people do vision boards. Some people do goal books where they actually take the pictures and put it in a book as opposed to on a board. Some of us, all we do is write it down. And I think, and to me, I think pictures are powerful, but I think sometimes people don't want to sacrifice the time.
Yeah.
And when you fail to sacrifice it, and I will tell you, it's a tedious job because my vision board is still not totally complete yet. I've looked for magazines that have what I want, and I can't find a magazine. I'm like, whoa, do I just have the weirdest goals or what? Um, but it's important that you not give up on it. You just keep that there and you put on there what you do have, and then just begin to keep adding to that board. So a vision board is what I'm working on. In the meantime, I just do kind of like what Diane does, made a definite purpose. Mine is not exactly like Napoleon Hill's, but I've come up with my own, of what I want and what day I want it and, what I'll be doing and just actually imagining myself in that moment. And I think that's what's most important is that you see yourself there before you get there. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, you kind of, that doesn't make sense. But you really, really have to take that time, like he mentioned, get really, really quiet, and two or three times a day, visualize yourself in that place. Like right now, with the storms going in my life, I mean, I'm literally sitting around just seeing myself out of this stuff. I'm like, I can't wait to get out, but I'm seeing myself out of it because it's such a weight. Yesterday, and I'll share this with those of you who may go through depression because I went through 6 years of depression, and so I think this is really, I think it's important to share. And if you don't have a goal, if you don't have anything that you're looking towards, you can easily get sucked into depression if depression is something that you battle with. And so yesterday, and I have lots of goals, but yesterday I was sitting around. We're in the transition of moving. We don't know where we're going. We don't know if we're going to stay at our church, go somewhere else, or what. We don't really know. And as a result, I'm not really like, how normally if you go to, like Diane, you go to church every time the door open probably. You're excited about going. Well, for me, I'm in struggle with going, right? And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, Lord, I need to do something here. What is it? Am I going to turn on the internet and watch service or what? And so I started feeling the spirit of depression come on me, just like really, really heavy because my DNA has always get up on Sunday morning and go. That's how I've always been. And so I'm starting to feel the spirit come on me of depression, and I'm like, oh no, I can't accept that. So I instantly got up and I went to the place that that I've been going to for the last couple of years. But I say that because what I want to do is I want to compel you all, make sure you do have some goals. Make sure you do have some things that you desire and you want. Because if not, when something like that comes up, it will easily suck you in. See, I have some things that I want to do, and I know if I'm depressed, I can't do it. I know if I'm not functioning and I'm not happy and I'm not full of life, then I cannot fulfill the goals that I have. So it's really, really important that you have some goals because, whether we like it or not, life is going to bring us some trouble every now and then. We're not going to like it. No, we don't like it. But, it's really, really important that you have those goals. So when life does bring you something, you have something to look forward to in the process of what you're going through. Over
That
to
is,
you, Di.
yeah, absolutely. So true, Rachel. And I'll just come out and talk a little bit about that too, because the power to unleash the goals that we have is just unbelievable. And like Rachel said, it's so easy just to sit back and feel sorry for yourself and say, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. Well, it's not happening anyways. But we can't. I mean, most of you out there know our story. We lost our house. We lost everything. We started from scratch. But guess what? If we wouldn't have the goals of owning even this house we're living in right now and to rebuild, if we wouldn't keep looking at that, my husband would not get up in the morning and want to go to work anymore because he's the type of person too that keeps slipping back and wants, he needs the security of having these goals, and I do too, for my business and to branch out and to grow in our online business. I need to look at those goals. I need to look in the mirror and say, this is going to happen. I can see it. I can picture it. I can feel it. I can see myself walking in that new kitchen and making that breakfast for the kids. You have to have those hopes and you have to have those dreams. And especially the powerful part is to write it down and to visualize it and to understand and know it is there. Because, folks, I'll tell you, I have experienced it in my life as real life. I've experienced that I wanted a sober husband. I felt him. I went to church every week with my family in my mind. I did. I totally did. And that's what happened. And I cannot express to you enough how you need to write them down. You need to hope and you need to dream and you need to make them bigger all the time. Everybody says, I don't remember who's always saying this, but have audacious dreams. Have crazy dreams. Have crazy, crazy and outrageous dreams. And just go for it and have some goals that you set.
Yeah, and always, you know what, if you're at a point too, just like Rachel said, where maybe you're feeling that, you know, that like oppression or depression, whichever way you want to look at it, one thing that I do quite frequently is just, you know what, I'm going to hit the reset button. You can't change what happened yesterday, but you can certainly empower what you're going to do today. And if it requires hitting a reset button, then do it. And one of the things that I had thought of the other day, because we're living in a rental home right now, and of course we do want to get into our own home, I'm just going to make my checks out for the next couple of months to my rent. So that I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then the next checks after that are going to be for the new home. So for myself, that's the way that I can see it. I have X amount of checks, and those are the X amount of checks that I'm going to write for the next couple of months, and be secure in knowing that after those 2 or 3 months that I decide to do that for, you know, we'll be in our own home by that next check. So there's lots of things that you can do visually. And I like too that, and we hadn't mentioned this, but I never thought of having my screensaver kind of saved, that, you know, when your screen goes off on your computer and you and your family walk by, that you have some really, really cool things on your screensaver. So that was a really, really great tip that I'll probably implement as well. So back to you, Di, and you can close us out. And your little boy.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I have a little boy who's upset. But anyways, yes, this was such a powerful session, you guys. I'm just so impressed. I'm glad I could share what I shared with you today. And I would encourage you all to please take some pointers. Learn from what we were talking about here, because that's what it's all about. If you don't have any goals that you write down, if you don't have any hope, and you don't have any, what's your future going to be? You're just living somebody else's dreams if you work for other people and if you go to a job every day. What about having your own business? Sorry, hang on. Can you guys just this? So I'm a stay-home mom, so this happens. So I definitely want to put a shout out to all of you out there who haven't done this before. I hope you took notes here today, and even if you have to go back and re-listen to this, write down your goals, get the book, Jack Canfield book, Principles to Success, and read it. That's what we're doing. We're reading it. We're masterminding here every single day from Monday through Thursday. And we invite you to come on board and be with us and be part of our group. And please, and I thank you and appreciate you guys tuning in every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to have to close out now because my kids are just going nuts here. So I will see you back here tomorrow. We're so blessed and grateful that you've been part of us, and we appreciate you all out there. Come back and join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we will be here again tomorrow, and we will be live every single day from Monday through Thursday. Thank you for being part of us, and thank you for being here. Bye.